Welcome to The Way Home with Laura Smith, the show that brings you wonderful guests, helpful advice, and uplifting stories. The Way Home. Live inspired. Here's your host, Laura Smith.
Well, if you've been listening to my program for all 7 years, or even possibly in the last year, you've already gotten to know a couple that is so enchanting. They have changed the lives of so many people that in the world. It's hard to imagine how many people they've touched with their incredible relationship, with their countless books, with Amy's artwork, with Monty Farber's psychic abilities and incredible stellar knowledge of astrology and so much more. Amy and Monty, as the couple, they also have a documentary out that highlights their lives, and it's so beautiful. I had tears in my eyes, but it was tears of love and joy because I know these people and I know how they operate, and they're still creating more beauty in the world than you can imagine. The documentary is called Amy and Monty, A Legacy of Love and Creativity. It's out now. You're going to be able to rent it as of tomorrow or today if you're hearing it in Connecticut. And I couldn't be happier for these wonderful people. Oh, and yeah, a new book as well, Your Cosmic Blueprint. And honestly, we need 3 shows to get everything you guys accomplish. And it's so good to have you. I mean, you're here at least once a year, if not more. And you always have something new. How do you do it? Welcome back.
Thank you, Laura. We love speaking with you.
It's what we do. Just like bees make honey, we make art and books and music and all kinds of stuff.
We always have ideas, and then we have to do them.
And luckily for us, the publisher, because we have a track record, the publishers ask us to do things now, so which is great, because we don't want to retire ever.
No, I don't ever see you both retiring. I mean, I can't even imagine it. It just is impossible to imagine. If I want people to see this documentary about you, because they will see not only love in action of a couple who's been married 51 years, but who has been truly enmeshed together in creating beautiful things in the world. And it doesn't slow down. It just seems like you become more prolific, busier, more successful, and create more incredible things. So how do you keep that going? I mean, you're ageless to look at you. I know you personally. You're both gorgeous, and you've looked like this, since I've seen pictures of you when you first met. So how do you do it? What is your secret?
Well, we're happy.
I think we get along so well, and I think creativity is so healing because it washes away, all the crap that makes us stressed and unsure of ourselves, and to immerse yourself in beauty and truth and metaphysics, explain how the universe works, how other people work. So it sort of diminishes the confusion that we can be so susceptible to in modern life.
And plus, we know that we have at least one diehard fan,
Oh,
and we have our friends and like you, and that's enough. We've never pursued fame or fortune or sold out to do all kinds of things like, unfortunately, we've seen a lot of people do. But we have a documentary about our love affair. What's cooler than that? In
the documentary, we say we made our lives small so we could do big things. And to me, that means the way we live, which is very simple. We try to eat healthy food. We try to get enough rest. We have a garden. We watch the birds. I mean, those are the things that feed our souls. Yeah. And then we can do very complicated projects.
Right. Because that's all we do.
Because we live simply.
Right. We can focus. We've arranged our life so that we can focus. Because, people say, well, how do you do all these books? It's like, that time you asked me to come to the party and I said, no, I got to do the book. That's how we do it.
And that is what is so amazing to me, because it just seems effortless whenever anybody is extremely good at something, it looks effortless to the person looking in. But yet there's so much that goes into it. Your art is so complex, Amy, and I'm so grateful for the documentary in showing how incredibly deep and meaningful your artwork is, your mosaics, your complex collages of beauty and spirituality. And you've turned it also into a designer line at one of the top department stores in all of America, Bergdorf Goodman in New York City. I mean, it's so amazing how unique and different your artwork is. But then you've got in your partner there somebody who appreciates it and is able to bring his gift to the table, and somehow you're able to put these all together. You have separate, beautiful gifts and talents, but they also merge on so many levels of your books, which, by the way, you said you have one fan. I think, aren't you, like, you've sold millions and millions of copies, and you're in 35 countries or something, and millions of, how many languages are your books translated?
18 languages, over 3 million copies of our work. And we're just getting started as far as we approach it, because today is the present is the gift. The present is the present, and it's the only day you got. And we take advantage of every day, and we're thankful for every day. We spend a lot of time trying to stay healthy, and now that we're 75 and 76, you got to spend a little more time staying healthy. But it's all worth it.
You're ageless. I would have never guessed. I honestly, you're saying that's how old you are. I've known you for many years, and I did not truly know how old you were. You don't change. You are ageless, the two of you, gorgeous as ever. And yet, do you wake up in the morning and say, I think we should write this new book today, or I think I need to make a collage,
That's about it. Yeah.
or a museum piece? How do you? Well,
I have a studio that's all set up for me to just walk in and start making things. And it's pretty much what I do. And I work in the morning a lot. Monty works late at night. So since we're together all the time, we kind of have our separate little times alone that way.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, you have in a studio, you have the energy of all the work you've done previously. So when I walk in there, it's a vibe, it's a buzz, it's a support for the flow to start. Yeah. So we don't have a problem with the flow, obviously.
Right. And Amy Studio is as big as a house. It's like an open plan, one big room with
lots of bins and boxes of all the stuff.
Of fabric. Yeah, there's fabric everywhere. And there's a second story that has even more fabric.
But, the documentary, to me, shows that you can carve your own path. You don't have to be like somebody else's formula as far as being an artist and getting your work out in the world. In fact, the books have been such a great vehicle, sort of unplanned, but it worked out that way to get my work seen by so many people. And our oracles and tarot decks are things that people use every day and look at my art every day that gives them messages. So to me, that's sacred art. It's a sacred use of my art. And that's really the intention of it to begin with. So just to have it in a white gallery for 2 weeks, it's not the same kind of experience. So I think the more you do it, what you were talking about is looking effortless. I think you master your craft just by doing it. And I tell younger artists and writers, Monty tells them as well, just to keep doing it, because that's how you get better and better and a master at what you're doing.
And I have a technique called quantum affirmations. And it's all about visualizing what you want to have happen, including the pains in the butt things that are going to come if you do get what you're asking for. Because a lot of times people do affirmations and then they realize, well, that's going to change. Or I want to meet the one. Well, the one might not like your dog, or you might not like picking up their socks from the one. But we have conjured up, and we pray, and in our own way, we're very, very spiritual, you could use the word religious, and we've manifested to us by being moral, and you don't really need religion to be moral, but it helps. We have manifested to us someone like Anne-Marie Serino, who saw us on a Zoom and said, "Do you have a documentary?" And we said, "No." She says, "Well, I want to make one. I've made 2 horror movies for the Japanese based on video games, but I've never done a documentary." And 3 years later, here we are.
She did a lovely job. And what I loved about it, it's like she really she's a young person, but she really got you both, your relationship and your artwork and how you both, and your prowess with astrology and writing and all of the metaphysical work that you put into words, Monty. She was able to grasp that at a very young age. And I commend her for that, because it shows both sides of you. Amy coming from a line basically of artists, you know, your your grandfather, your mother, just all artists. And so that beautiful, it was a natural thing that, of course, Amy's going to continue and do what she does. But you always followed your own path on it. Like looking at your beautiful artwork, I've never seen anybody who does that the way you do it. I think you're the only one in the world that does it. And that's a testament to just listening to your desires and not trying to be somebody else. Yeah.
Well, there's so much derivative art, or, you know, we want everyone to be creative, whatever mode that can be, but don't try to imitate. You can imitate to learn, you know, but then eventually you want to come into what's true to yourself. But when we started working with Anne-Marie, because we do so many of our own projects, and I guess we're kind of control freaks that way, we were like, how are you going to do it? How are you going to do everything? You know, give us a script, you know, what.
And she was just like,
and we work intuitively and ourselves. So when she said, just trust me, I'm going to work intuitively. So we let her do it, and you know, eventually, but we had sort of immediate trust. So I think we have a karmic relationship with her.
Yeah, I used to work in the film business, and I worked with people like Frank Marshall and some of the biggest producers going because I was a location manager. And I recognized in her, she's one of them. You know, she's a Hollywood producer.
She's a worker.
Your intuition, Monty, is off the charts. I mean, in addition to being a master at astrology and quantum affirmations and metaphysics, you really are your own gifted psychic and intuitive person. But you use your gifts only for good and only to help and help guide and heal. And people just feel loved in your presence. And I love that in addition to this beautiful documentary that's out, you still have yet another book that you have, has just come out, Your Cosmic Blueprint, Master the Art of Reading an Astrology Chart, which this is incredible because you've written so many books. You have so many different kits and tools and games and so many things, but yet this one almost takes you back to the basics.
Yes, it's 100% right. It's based on, I had such a great time during the pandemic. People who have a store in Texas asked me to do online astrology classes, and I had such a great time doing it. I thought, oh my God, I could do this. I can make it so, because after the 24 weeks of the course, you know, 2 12-week courses, some of the people hung out their shingle as astrologers because of the way I teach it. You actually can learn it because like the clowns in the rodeo, I'm really good. The clowns are like some of the best riders in the rodeo. I can make it funny. I can make it fun. And I actually came up with a system that teaches you so that you go through this book cover to cover and then you don't need the book anymore.
Well, people always asked us to recommend an astrology book that would teach them how to read a chart. And we couldn't think of one, or there wasn't one that was quite done the way that we believe in astrology, or so Monty had to write it. So.
Yeah. So
and it turned out our publisher wanted to make it a hardcover, beautiful book with my art. And
it's so beautiful. Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
We're so happy.
But this one, yes, the way it's bound, it's a gorgeous book.
Oh my God. It's an art book.
It is. Well, but everything you guys do together, that's what you do. You infuse your talents and your gifts and you come out with these. And they're so successful because they're so pure. They're pure, and you're both Renaissance people. You're so multi-talented in so many facets of life to be able to still together after 51 years of marriage and together every single day. You guys don't travel apart or anything like that, I don't think, do you?
No,
we go grocery shopping together.
Yeah. So it's like if someone has to go,
our friends get scared if we're not together.
Right.
They're like, "Where's Monty?" or "Where's Amy?"
Yeah, but the thing is, we have friends like you, and when having friends is such a wonderful thing. And having our friends, and also some of the friends who are in the documentary, like Jules Pfeiffer, you know, amazing, Pulitzer Prize winning cartoonist, Audrey Flack, Linda LaPlante. And the reason we have friends like you is because it takes one to know one. When you're talking about Renaissance people, that's them, that's you. You know, the Times Call for Multiple Careers was a poster that Audrey Flack did for the School of Visual Arts back in the 70s, I think, that I saw before I even knew her. And that poster informed my life. The times call for multiple careers.
And we like to learn new things. We learned how books are printed. I learned how clothes are made. I wasn't trained that way, but when you jump in feet first to learn something, it makes you really grow as a person, as an artist, as a designer. And luckily, we've had people that trusted us and
crazy people.
Even though we didn't know what we were doing, they
knew did, though. You did. You're both masters at your crafts. And when I say crafts, it's because there's so many of them. You truly. And I know that you're writing other things now, and you're also making new kits beyond your cosmic blueprint. What is the next thing that we're looking for from
the Enchanted Tarot came out in 1991, the original that I did all the tapestries for.
78 tapestries.
A lot of people's first deck, people always telling us. So now the 35th anniversary edition is coming out in July.
And it's being published by Inside Editions Mandala Press, who did your Cosmic Blueprint. And you can see the quality that they did.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's like Toshin. It's like the best quality you can do.
And we expanded the text and tweaked because since 1991, we've kind of learned even more about ourselves and people.
Right. And then comes
and then we did the Karmic Balance Tarot. I thought I'd never be able to do 78 more pieces for a tarot, but our publisher asked us if we would, and I found a different way to do it entirely. It's collage and assemblage and painting. It's called the Karmic Balance Tarot. It comes out in September.
And it's also gorgeous. We're not kidding around, and we're just getting started.
You're just getting started, but I love that about you. And the other thing that I love that I thought the documentary really focused on, which, by the way, is called Amy and Monty, A Legacy of Love and Creativity, a beautiful documentary on the lives of these two wonderful people with me today, Monty Farmer and Amy Zerner, married 51 years and so prolific in their work. But the focus on the love between you was so apparent. There were times that I actually teared up. I felt so much love for you watching it because, A, I know you. And I adore you. I don't know two more beautiful people than you guys, but the love between you is actually so important. Where we are in the world right now, it truly is when, the greatest of these is love, when.
Yes, 100% in the Bible.
Yes, it truly, it surpasses everything. And you are models of it, and we need it more than ever. And it's incredible how just watching it, the energy of watching the two of you together is it's a very healing thing. We need more love and more beauty.
And that's why we're putting it on our website, theenchantedworld.com or net, whatever.
So people can rent it for $5.99.
So they can.
It's an hour long. I hope it has the effect, like you say. But I mean, it's hard to find positive messages.
Yes.
I mean, we watch murders because that's about all there is.
Yeah. And I'm the person that don't ask me to watch a spooky movie. I have zero interest in that. I don't like that. I'm like, there's enough negativity in the world. I don't want to see that when I turn on a screen. Yeah. I want to see hope and a future. And you two are that embodied, Amy and Monty, a legacy of love and creativity. And it's going to be, is it going to be for rent on your website, theenchantedworld.com for time
tomorrow.
to come?
Yes.
Starting tomorrow. That's wonderful.
We're launching it right here.
Right here and right now. And I think people will be inspired. You'll also be inspired by the stories. And we just have a couple more minutes. But what I love, you came from almost an idyllic life of love in your family and support, Amy. You, Monty, had a very different childhood. You could almost say the extreme opposite, and yet here you both not only found each other, but you've lived together all these years. And the beauty of that, whatever your childhood is, you can turn your life into that of your dreams, and you have done that. And it's so apparent with both of you, and it really brings hope. We need hope right now in the world, and you guys, for me, are it. And I'm just so grateful. So for all the books, all the cards, all the artwork, all the jewelry that you design as well, Amy. I haven't even hit half of the things that you do, but you can find it all on the enchantedworld.com website, theenchantedworld.com. and just Google Monty Farber, Amy Zerner, and 1,000 things will pop up there. And you'll just be totally, you'll just get lost in all of the beauty of it all and the love and creativity. And it's super. So this documentary, a testament to the people I know, it's 100% spot on, every bit of it. And I'm so glad they included your cat Zane in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was hoping to see him.
Yes.
Yes, and he figures prominently. And Brooklyn, Anne-Marie's dog, also. The film is actually dedicated to them.
Yes, I saw it's dedicated to Zane and Brooklyn. So, yes, nothing but joy there too. So, thank you. By all means, I really do recommend you go to the website, theenchantedworld.com, because you'll be able to rent the movie there. Amy and Monty, A Legacy of Love and Creativity. You'll be able to see all their books and all their gifts and Amy's artwork. And your world will feel very enchanted just by taking a visit there. So thank you so much to my dear friends.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Yes. And God bless you. I love you guys both so very much.
Love you too.
You're listening to The Way Home with Laura Smith. Once again, here's Laura.
Well, whenever it is a holiday of sorts, we always have to think about driving on holidays. And so it really is important that we think about safety, especially for teens. I have two people with me today that are going to give you some great information. Bob Passmore, he's the Department Vice President, Personal Lines, American Property Casualty Insurance Association, and Rebecca Wiest, Senior Research Scientist at the Institute for Highway Safety and Insurance Institute, I should say, for Highway Safety. Let's talk about ways to help us navigate what it is to have a new driver in our family and how we should handle that.
Sure. So the thing to keep in mind with new teen drivers is that they're new to driving. They're beginners. So you can have the most responsible teenager in the world, and they're still going to be a beginner for a period of time. Beginners make mistakes, and the cost of an error when you are driving a car on a road is really high. So teens are more prone to crashes for a period of time while they are learning. Mm-hmm. And then when they start driving with their learner's permit and they're driving under supervision with the parent, you want to get them a lot of different kinds of driving experience. So not just to and from school or to and from the store. You want to get on the highway, get on rural roads, go to the city, go to places with traffic, drive in weird weather conditions so that they're not doing those things for the first time when they're driving by themselves. Laying out the rules and your expectations before the teen ever gets behind the wheel of a car is really important, just so that there's no wondering what if, there's no bargaining. It's just like, this is what I expect from you. You're not going to drive super late at night, super early in the morning. You're not going to drive with other teenagers in the car. Sit down and assess how your teen is driving and what kinds of things you think that they're especially in danger of doing, and then outline what it is that they will not do and what the consequences are if they decide to go ahead and do those things anyway.
Absolutely. And just recently, my mom and I went to talk to our insurance agency about making sure who's on your license and who's allowed to use your car and who's not and everything. And we realized it was actually more complex than we realized. And it's how important that is. Bob, if you could let us know, what are the first steps as a teen gets their driver's license in terms of, keeping them safe, and how it relates to insurance, actually?
Yeah, well, adding a teen driver to your auto insurance policy is certainly an eye-opening experience, because it can increase your cost because younger and experienced drivers are more likely to be involved in crashes. But there are things you can do to manage those costs while also encouraging safer driving habits. Adding a new driver to a policy is actually a really good time to shop around for auto insurance. Every company approaches how they assess risk a little bit differently. So you might find that you might be able to get a little bit better price from a different carrier than you're currently with. There are good student discounts. So if you've got a good student, you can save money that way as well. Another important tool is a lot of companies have what are called telematics or usage-based programs that track how you drive. You can get a discount just for signing up, and you can earn more discounts for safe driving. But in this context, it's really a great platform for having those conversations with your teen about safe driving. The Applications provide ride-by-ride feedback on how you drive. It shows you where you speed. It shows you where you're hard braking. It shows you where you interact with your phone. Those can be good platforms for discussion with your teenager about what they're doing on the road. You can also use it as sort of a family competition, who can have the best driving score. And that's a way to keep the conversation going about, safe driving habits.
That is really interesting. What a great incentive, and maybe even a gas card for the one who wins, because right now we could all use that, I think. But that is fascinating. I had no idea that there were programs like that available. You also talk about purchasing a safe vehicle. In this day and age, what would be considered a safe vehicle and something that would be best suited for a teen?
So every year we publish, IHS publishes a list of recommended vehicles for teens in cooperation with Consumer Reports. But the things that get a vehicle onto our list are pretty straightforward. Nothing too small or too large, midsize to large sedan, small to midsize SUV. You want something with the highest available crash test ratings possible. And you want something with lower horsepower, because teens are disproportionately involved in speeding related crashes. And if it is available to you, it doesn't have to be, this is not the be all end all of teen safety, but if it's available to you, driver assistance features like automatic emergency braking can be really useful in kind of helping teens to stay safe.
Absolutely. Where can people get great information, just like we talked about, to find out more about teen safety on the roads?
Well, you can go to iihs.org/teens.
iihs.org/teens and
apci.org/teen driver safety.
Wonderful. Thank you both so much, Rebecca Weiss, Bob Passmore. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you all for listening to The Way Home this week, and to my wonderful guests. And may you all have a wonderful week that is safe, that's happy, healthy, and full of lots of miracles as well. I'm Laura Smith. See you next time from The Way Home.
Podcasts by Federated Media.